Hello, welcome back, or welcome. Today I'm working on a striped binding. This was a fat quarter, and when I was putting this together, I kind of auditioned it to see if I wanted to press my seams, sew my seams this way or at the angle. And I think when you're working with striped fabric, for binding anyway, is to do that. Just see which way works best with your stripe. This is, kind of a different kind of stripe. And I am just going to be putting this on an oversized hot pad, or like a casserole dish or a roast or something. All right, now there's my seam. And it was less obvious than doing it, where you put the two sides together and do it at an angle. I can't think of what it's called right now. But now I'm just going to fold this in half and keep on ironing. And I did cut this at 2.5 inches. This is all pressed. See how it turned out? And this is just some leftovers from a quilt I made my husband with crumb blocks and tumblers. Still have a lot of crumb blocks left. Just plain on the back, quilted it. And this will be the binding. I was hoping to find some more of this Bella Solid, but I was out. Now about stripe binding. You can use just a regular stripe, and this would look really nice. Let me show you on this. It would look really nice as a binding, like this. And then you can decide whether you want to miter the corners or just sew straight because of the stripe. And also, you could do this by cutting bias. Okay, that's a little better angle, except for the glare. And here is an uneven stripe, which you could do, this way, or do it on the bias. And it would get a totally different look. On the bias, it would look better if it was some more evens, or not quite such a large stripe as this one. Now with gingham, I would do this on the bias because it's going to be really hard to get that to line up. It can be done, but it'd be harder. Now here's a smaller stripe. This is one of the fabrics I actually bought for binding. And see how stunning that would look? And this could be done on the bias also. Wouldn't that be fun? And then I bought this one for the same reason. This one is already a diagonal. I probably would sew this one together at an angle instead of just doing straight. Isn't that awesome? And you don't have to use stripes. I also bought some of this confetti fabric. You see that? And I got it in white also. I mean, it is multicolored, but it's a white background. This makes great binding too, and that's exactly what I bought this for. I believe I bought a half yard of each. Yeah. And this is just a Joanne fabric. Oh, this one is too. I don't know what this other stuff is. No name. Okay, well that's it for the stripe binding. So you decide whether you want to do the seam straight or do the angle. Depending on your stripe, you'll be able to tell. which one you like. Okay, well, I am going to finish sewing up this little hot pad and get my little stripy binding on. I will go ahead and miter the corners on this because it is kind of chevron, I guess. What do you think? Oh, and this will coordinate well with the back and the front, so you can use either side. So that's what I'm doing today. The weather's starting to cool off. It's in the 80s now, so that's helpful. But anyway, sorry about the weird glare. There's a car parked in front of my house that's just shining in my face. Well, anyway, y'all have an awesome day. Enjoy your fall weather. And I will talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.